And criminal defense attorney Donna Rotunno, a Fox News contributor. Donna, good to have you with us. This is such a heartbreaking story. We just heard the prosecutor there in the county in Arkansas talking about these 3 young children who are going to live with this heinous murder in their family of both of their parents for the rest of their lives. 2 of them were on the trail with their parents. But some news that we received at the very top of this briefing, Donna, they have a positive DNA match to the crime scene and this individual. He admitted guilt in these murders, and they believe that he acted alone, and his name, to repeat, is Andrew James McGann, and this is the murder of Kristen and Clinton Brink, ages 43 and 41. Donna, your reaction to what we just heard?
Well, obviously, anytime law enforcement is able to gather and make a DNA match, it puts them in a very strong position. Also, a confession, of course, and let's hope that that confession was obtained in the correct and proper way, and he was given his Miranda warning, so we don't have to deal with a lot of the challenges that could potentially come to that. But I think that this sounds like they did move extremely swiftly. It sounds like they had very credible tips. I mean, you have 2 children who were the witnesses to this horrific crime of their own parents. So it sounds like they were able to gather information, move fast, and now here we are. So I'm wondering if we're going to find if there's any connection whatsoever or what the motive for this was. I mean, just absolutely horrible.
Yeah, you have all of these witnesses that they spoke about, and I'm so thankful for the fact that these witnesses were taking pictures out on the trail. We can put up the picture that really helped lead to him, which is a picture of him from behind, which was very helpful to them in their investigation, taken by another hiker, and they were grateful for that. They said the parents, they didn't say it here, but we heard it earlier, the parents died as heroes, which tells us that there were perhaps defensive wounds on these individuals, that they were involved in a struggle. And also, Donna, what we've learned about his past, he bounced around as a teacher at a number of elementary schools. What do you take from all of that?
So it sounds as if they were protecting their children and doing anything that they can do to keep them safe. So that's heartbreaking in and of itself. What we're learning about him bouncing around schools is really astounding. So you wonder if maybe the kids were the intended target and the parents were protecting the children and they ended up dying, or if he spared the children because he's been a school teacher. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of different ways that you can look at it. But it sounds to me like he clearly didn't have any background. He passed background checks to work at schools, and so whether or not we're going to hear that he had any mental health background, I guess time will tell. But my goodness, what we're learning from this is just
I know. Our reporter, Brooke Taylor, spoke with a mother at one of these schools who did express some concerns about this individual. She described him as the most standoff teacher that she ever met. She said you could ask him a question and he would just give you a one-word answer. Overall, he seemed pretty disinterested in his students. All of this just really odd. And then, of course, he was able to get another job at another school in a different state, Donna.
It's really bizarre, and you would think that maybe there would be some way that you can vet teachers and get those parents information and feedback in terms of what they thought of somebody that moves around that often. I mean, looking at the photos, Martha, I mean, it doesn't, we don't need to be a genius to look at them and think maybe something's not right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Donna Rotunno, thank you very much. The headlines here, a positive DNA match for this killer named McGann. Last name McGann admitted his guilt to law enforcement officials in Arkansas. And as Donna pointed out, she hopes that was done in the proper procedure. And they believe that he acted alone in the murders of Clinton and Kristen Brink on that trail in Arkansas. Our thanks to Donna Rotunno for joining us.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.